What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel, The NBA GOAT. In this video, I will give you my top 10 NBA centers of all time. You can let me know if you agree or not in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. So here we go. Number 10, I would probably put Nikola Jokic. One thing about this man I do not like is that he's not a great defensive center. This is in my mind made up for in being a great scorer and an unstoppable one and an awesome passer. As a center, this man averages 6.6 assists per game for his career so far. LeBron averages 7.3, not playing a center. Nikola is insane. His rebounding now is about 10 to 13 boards a game, or about that level. Last year, he averaged 24 points per game while only playing just over 30 minutes a game. He did demolish Anthony Davis in the playoffs as well. He does have an NBA title now, 2 season MVPs and 1 finals MVP. I do not see a better option for the 10th spot right now, and his career is a long time from being over as well. Number 9, I'll give you Bob McAdoo. 2 NBA titles, 1 MVP, 2 All-NBA selections, 5 All-Stars. He's 67th in blocks overall, 68th in scoring, 71st in rebounds. He was a monster scoring big man who led the league in scoring 3 consecutive seasons, including once at 34.5 points a game. Bob had a pristine mid-range jumper and a plethora of post moves to torment opponents with. Number 8, I'm going to go with Moses Malone. Moses Malone has 1 NBA title, 1 Finals MVP, 3 MVPs, 8 All-NBA selections, 12 All-Stars, 2 All-Defensive Team selections. He's 5th overall in rebounds, 10th overall in scoring, 27th in blocks, and 135th in steals. Perhaps the most underappreciated superstar ever. Moses Malone was as dominant as it gets at the center spot, with physical toughness as a rebounder, leading the league in nightly boards an astounding 6 times, including once at 17.6 rebounds per game. Malone was also a monster scorer in the paint, using his brute strength to batter smaller foes down low. Many consider Malone the greatest offensive rebounder the league has ever seen, as his timing and instincts to chase boards on offense were second to none. Number 7, Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing is one of my favorites, as I'm a Knicks fan, and I have seen a lot of games of his. Patrick Ewing is one of my favorites, as I'm a Knicks fan, and I have seen a lot of his games, many against some of the centers mentioned here. He could have been higher maybe, but the big minus for him was that he never won a title. Olajuwon was better and won 2, and one of them with about the same support Patrick Ewing had. Robinson had Duncan, Shaq had Kobe, and Wade. Ewing never had that caliber of a player at his side. He did get all of this though: 7 All-NBA selections, 11 All-Stars, 3 All-Defensive Second-Team selections, 7th in blocks, 24th in scoring, 25th in rebounds, 118th overall in steals. Patrick Ewing was one of the legendary big men of the 90s. Patrick Ewing was a beastly shot blocker who had great size and strength down low, but who also had soft touch as a scorer in the post and out of the mid-range as well. He was also a very good free throw shooter for a center. Number 6, David Robinson. He has 2 NBA titles, although thanks to major help from Tim Duncan, 1 MVP, 10 All-NBA selections, 8 All-Defensive Team selections. David was a beast defensively. He won 1 Defensive Player of the Year award, 6th in blocks, 32nd in rebounds, 42nd in scoring, 61st in steals. All of that in all top 100. That's crazy impressive. His best season, he averaged 29.8 points per game in 40 minutes a game. Number 5, Bill Russell. I will put Bill Russell as number 5, mostly for his 11 NBA titles. What I do not like is that even though he was a big man at 6'10", he was nowhere as dominant as Wilt, for example, in his career, although they really played in the same years. Bill never averaged more than 18.9 points a game. He played for 13 seasons and averaged 20 rebounds in 10 of them. That's impressive, but he had the same competition Wilt had. Bill is second in rebounds all time, and the rest of his stats are in over 100s. I have him as number 5, but it's mostly due to 11 titles. Number 4, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq, the Diesel, Superman, is number 4 on my list all time. The man is considered the most dominant NBA player ever. Some call Wilt that, but he played in a much weaker and less physical era. Shaq played against many centers that are actually on my top 10 all-time center list, and he dominated the era. He has 4 NBA titles and 3 Finals MVPs, 8 All-NBA first team selections, 15-time All-Star. He's also 8th in scoring and blocks, 15th in rebounds all time. Shaq was a beast on the court. Number 3, Hakeem Olajuwon. Some people have Shaq higher than Hakeem Olajuwon, but I do not. After Hakeem's ass whooping of Shaq in the NBA Finals, there's no way. Yes, Shaq was also a 3-year-old NBA puppy then, but Hakeem also had much less to work with teammate-wise than Shaq did for his titles. Sorry, a prime Kobe doesn't equal a past his prime Drexler. Kobe's much better. Hakeem is number 3 on my list because of these reasons. He never had as much help as Shaq in his career. He has 2 NBA titles with Finals MVPs. 1st in blocks, all time. 9th in steals. 12th in points. 14th in rebounds. He had 12 All-Star appearances and 2 NBA Defensive Player of the Year trophies. 5 All-Defensive First Teams. Also, he's the only player to rank top 14 in 4 different major statistical categories: points, rebounds, blocks, and steals. Incredible. Number 2, Wilt Chamberlain. I have Wilt as number 2 mostly because of the dominance he had over the entire league throughout his career. He ranks 1st all-time in rebounds and 7th in scoring in 17 seasons. 2 NBA titles, 4 MVPs, 7 All-NBA first teams. The man averaged 9 times over 30 points per game and 1 season actually over 50. He also has 12 seasons with averaging over 20 rebounds while averaging over 30 points as well. Crazy. And my number 1, as probably everybody can imagine, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem is number 1 to me for these reasons. He held the scoring title for so long. He played 20 years as a center, consistently playing 80 to 82 games every season. 11 seasons out of 20, he played 80 games or more. That's insane for a center. 6 titles, 6 MVPs, 10 All-NBA first team selections, 2nd in scoring all time, 3rd in blocks, 3rd in rebounds all time. Crazy stats. For some, he's actually the NBA GOAT, the greatest of all time, the only center ever considered for that title. So those are my top 10 centers in history in the NBA. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like to change something up or if you have a different opinion. Some people may be upset about George Mikan, for example, but sorry guys, I'm not including a guy from the 50s. No way for me. Please remember to like and share the video, of course, subscribe to the channel, and just support. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.